Charlie Sardi, the Sardi Experience. It's been a while, man, since I made a video. It's been a while since I've been creative. I've been going through the motions. I've been training. I've been getting by, doing what I'm doing. But it's been a while since I took that action. You know, ever since the pandemic hit, it's been different. The whole world's different. You can see, you know that it's different. Everything's different. It's almost like we got the wind taken out of our sails, but it's not the pandemic's fault. But that's the baseline. Like going into the pandemic, I was creative. A lot of us were. I was energized. A lot of us were. But a lot of us also were taking things for granted. I know I was. And ever since that pandemic, everything stopped. Ever since, we just turned off our motors and then we coasted back out here. My creativity, the temperature of the world and the way everything has changed, the sensitivity of the world, everything. The creative forces, man, they had to get rediscovered. I had to get my motor running. It's like you can smell your own shit and you don't even notice it, right? Thank God we won't be able to go to the bathroom. But that's a metaphor for in life, like we sit in our own shit. And then all of a sudden, because we don't notice it, all of a sudden it's like, what's that smell? And it's that shit. It's your shit that you're sitting in. So my creative energy, my creative flow, I didn't have it. I was going through the motions. I got lazy. I was poor pitying me. I was feeling the fear of the world, just like everybody. Even though I come out and say, I'm not afraid of that shit. I understand it. I get that. I know what they're doing. I know how that's all about. I understand their agenda, all the bullshit, the pandemic, whatever, all of it. But at the end of the day, the uncertainty, the way the world is going, fear comes with that. That's a reality. But that's no excuse. Because those creative forces got to come back, because now we have opportunities like never before, because we have different appreciation, different gratitude for our situation. I know I do. So now I'm back out here making a video, freestyling it, not even thinking about a topic. I said the metaphor about the shit piece earlier, and I said, damn, that's where I'm going to flow from. That's where I'm going to flow from, because that's what it is. So if you find yourself sitting there, even if you're going through the motions, even if it looks like everything's going right, you're paying your bills, you're working, but if you don't got that creative energy within yourself, whatever that is, rediscover it now. Acknowledge it now. Start taking footsteps in the direction of it now, because there's a different gratitude. You're a different human being than you were before the pandemic. That's a fact. I know I am. We can't beat ourselves up. We can't sit here and point fingers. We got to be in action mode. Yeah, we got to think. Yeah, you got to feel your feelings. Yeah, you got to sit in your shit. But you got to wash that off at a certain point and get back to taking action. You got to get back to being a better version than you were the day before. I know I do. And that's where it's at. This video feels great. I haven't spitfired like this for a long time. I haven't just let it fly for a long time. Been a little bit more quiet, which is good. Reserved, which is good. But I'm ready to take that action again. I'm ready to motivate again. But it starts with ourselves. It starts with ourselves. I found myself preaching things that I wasn't able to live. Not able to live, things that I wasn't living. That's not okay. You can't preach what you don't live. And when you look out here in the world, all the fingers being pointing, everybody demonizing everybody. It's just a bunch of parakeets sitting back on the perch, pointing the finger, not looking at themselves, not owning anything accountable. They're just sitting there talking shit, mimicking whatever the rest of the world's saying, joining sides, joining teams. There is only one team, and that's the human team. That's it. That higher power. That's the source that you connect to. That's the source that you operate from. We got to get out of our head. We got to get into our heart, and we got to give that shit away. That's what we're giving away, from the heart outwards. But we got to get out of our mind. And anytime you're feeling the fear, we go immediately to the mind. Immediately. Because that's where we like, oh, we got to figure this out. We got to, no. Yeah, I did take a look at the world since it slowed down and since everything stopped. I was like, oh shit, this game changed. I better figure some shit out. But then I realized, really the message of coming out here, really the success still lies just like it did no matter what the world's doing before the pandemic. It lies within. It lies with the simplicity. It lies with the self-love. It lies with the self-action. And then you give that away and you make other people feel good. And all of a sudden, you're united. And that's how we bring it together. So that hashtag, be the best you, be the best version of yourself. Everybody says it all over the internet. They've been saying it for years now. But that's a real thing. When they say a slogan, when somebody says a word, we all know it, to speak it, but to know it is to own it, is to do it, is to give that shit away. Feels good to be back.